Do you know how to recognize and, most importantly, how to solve paragraph ideas? The paragraph is essentially the building block of ideas. Each paragraph has its own mini idea, generally, and we string together those ideas in different paragraphs to create a full story or passage idea. The importance of this building block element cannot, therefore, be understated. It is a real test of your ability to summarize ideas. One of the best ways to summarize a paragraph idea is to look at the topic sentence. That is usually the statement about which the whole paragraph is going to support. It'll be evidence or some other detail or information that are in line with the topic sentence. So that's one way to begin to look at the paragraph idea. Roughly about 2/3 of the questions on the new ELA reading exam will reference paragraphs or pairs of paragraphs. So let's take a look at this. For example, 36. The details in paragraph 3 about cognitive offloading convey a central idea of the passage by. Let's go check paragraph 3. Okay, so this is about a memory revolution and how the internet is affecting the ways we find and search for data. Paragraph 3 says, people's growing inclination to rely on the internet in order to retrieve information, particularly facts and figures, is called cognitive offloading. So this is defining what cognitive offloading is, and basically this paragraph is going to be all about cognitive offloading. The question is asking about the details related to that. So let's look at the details in the paragraph. Canadian researcher Sam Gilbert, who have written extensively about the topic, cognitive offloading, say a similar process has been taking place for centuries. In the past, people used resources like encyclopedias to assist their memories. However, today, the internet, serving as a vast extended memory, allows people to digitally access and receive much larger volumes of information. Consequently, people's minds are freed up to do other feats like solving problems. Okay, I think I have the idea. Let's go back and see which answer choice matches the idea of cognitive offloading and what they're trying to convey. E, suggesting that the reliance on the internet for information is inevitable. No, it never said inevitable. In fact, it gave an alternative resource, encyclopedias used in the past. There's no idea of inevitability in this text. F, demonstrating how the method used to store and find information have changed over time. That's exactly right. People have been doing cognitive offloading for centuries, according to that paragraph. It used to be things like the encyclopedia, and now it's the internet. F is going to be the correct answer. That is the main idea of the paragraph. So again, if you can quickly summarize the paragraph idea, you're going to be well on your way to doing well on the majority of questions for the exam. Let's try and look at a poem, for example. In this case, we'll be looking at a stanza, the rough equivalent of a paragraph for a poem. The last stanza, lines 33 to 4, concludes the poem by emphasizing which central idea. Okay, let's look at that last stanza. And it says, the one thing we know for sure is that they spin. So by the way, this was about particle accelerators and how we learn from the smallest particles in the world and what they do. Anything from atoms to even subatomic particles, etc. The one thing we know for sure is that the particles spin. This is how gravity enters our world, how our world is held together and apart. What keeps together the pencil in your hand as well as the separate, say, from Jupiter. Okay, so it's telling us what they do. They're instrumental, they're fundamental to the universe, and they basically keep everything together. They generate the laws of physics like gravity. In the vast garage where physicists jot down what they can, whatever seems most real. So in the accelerator, the physicists are doing their experiments. They're cataloging their results. That they let us perceive their wild dancing and music they make. So this is interesting figurative language here. It's implying that they're dancing, they're happy, they're making music. These are good, exciting things that get done. So let's go and see what answer choice matches this. The exciting work that physicists conduct, yeah, they were excited. They're dancing, they're making music. provides information about fundamental aspects of the universe. The first part was it says the particles make up everything. They keep things together, they keep things apart. They are fundamental. It looks like A is going to be the right answer. It indicates or rephrases what the main ideas of that stanza of the poem were. So notice the paragraph ideas can be pulled out of poems, much the same way they're pulled out of any other fiction or nonfiction passage. And we would use our elimination techniques to find problems with B, C, and D. The unusual work of physicists, no, nothing says it's unusual, right? Or unconventional locations. Physicists are learning about the unpredictable behavior of particles. Nothing there said unpredictable behavior of particles. Physicists enthusiastically, well, they are doing that, share the discoveries their research yields because most people can relate to their findings. Well, no, that part's not in there. It says nothing in that paragraph or that stanza about people relating to their findings, simply not in the passage. So we have some typical wrong answer choices in B, C, and D. The key to answering paragraph idea questions is to zero in on the key ideas of the paragraph and the stanza and correctly summarize it and match it to the answer choice. The ability to do this might be one of the most fundamental skills you want to develop for your reading exam.